Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on the channel, coming back to Just JP as we embark on an album listen. Starting off our album listen, Horses, Patti Smith, released 1975. We are going to listen to the first track here, which is Gloria in Excelsis Deo. Deo. Now, we have listened to the Patti Smith group a long time ago with Dancing Barefoot, and it was about time that we returned to Miss Smith, listened to some of her music, and this album was very highly regarded, very highly recommended, so I'm very happy to go ahead and embark on this particular journey. This album was recommended, just by the way, from Joel Liebler, Valerie Kokengi, sorry if I mispronounced that, I believe BJW Nash, I think you recommended this as well, Raggedy Adams, I See You, Bob Holtzman, and a few other names go up and down the list here. But besides Dancing Barefoot, haven't listened to a thing from Patti Smith, so curious to see what she's doing, what she's got going on in 1975. We'll give it a listen, we'll give it a talking to, or talking about, and then we'll go from there. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope I enjoy. And let's go ahead and start. Gloria, here we go. Oh, my internet's doing that thing. Hold on.
Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine.
What an opener.
Milton, pot of thieves, wild cord of my sleeve, thick heart of stone, my sins my own, they belong to me. People say beware, but I don't care. The words are just rules and regulations to me. I walk in a room, you know I look so proud. I'm moving this year's more fear where anything's allowed. I'll go to this here party. I just get bored until I look out the window, see this way young thing hopping on the parking meter, leaning on the parking meter. Oh, she looks so good. Oh, she looks so fine. And I got this crazy feeling, and then I'm gonna make her mine. Oh, put my spell on her. Here she comes, walking down the street. Here she comes, going through my door. Here she comes, crawling up my stair. Here she comes, waltzing through the hall in a period dress. And oh, she looks so good. Oh, she looks so fine. And I got this crazy feeling, and then I'm gonna make my mind. And I hear this knocking on my door. Hear this knocking on my door. And I look up at the big tower clock and say, oh my God, it's midnight. And my baby is walking through the door, laying on my couch. She whispers to me, and I take the big plunge. And oh, she was so good. Ooh, oh, she was so fine. And I'm gonna tell the world. And then I just made up mind. I said, darling, tell me your name. She told me her name. She whispered to me. She told me her name. And her name is. And her name is. And her name is. And her name is J-L-O.
That's a chunky gallop on the guitar. That's great. Hear that drumming?
stadium. 20,000 girls come running out to me. Marie, Ruth, but to tell you the truth, I didn't hear them, I didn't see. I let my eyes rise to the big tower clock, and I heard those bells chiming in my heart, going ding dong, 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 through the time. When you came in my room, when you whispered to me, when you took the big plunge, and oh, you were so cool, oh, you were so fine. And I gotta tell the world that I made your mind, 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 made your mind. G-L-O-R-A, G-L-O-R-A, the tower bells chime, ting-tong, they chime.
She's putting in that power. That was good. Okay, with Gloria, first of all, completely different side than we heard with Dancing Barefoot. This is hard edge, this is raw, this is impassioned, this is real. Patti Smith herself, just listening to her lyrics, hearing her singing the way that she's singing, she sounds like someone very real. She's just gonna cut straight through the bush to the nitty gritty. No beating around the bush. She's in control and she's getting down on it. She's gonna tell you like it is. You may not like it, but she's gonna tell you like it is. I really enjoyed the guitar and the drumming as well in here. Lenny Kaye on the lead guitar, and I mean, getting to the track as a whole, the way that the song builds up from such simple and humble beginnings, and then eventually just builds up into this power fest. And the drumming and the guitar have a really big part of that. I mean, as well as Patti on the voice. But I love that gallop that we get into about halfway through, which, you know, the album name is Horses. I'm just saying there's a little bit of a gallop. There's a little bit of an energy there, stored up, pent up, I would say. And then, of course, released at the end. And then the drumming. Like, the drumming is relatively straightforward most of the track, but there's those little flashes. I don't want to say of brilliance. That's too far. We're on the first track. But there's those little flashes of panache. A little something, you know? A little sprinkle on the cupcake, a little icing on their cake. You know, there's a little something going on, which I really like how those are brought up into light in those filled moments. That's really nice. And her voice especially, starting off kind of sweet. There's a little bit of, I don't want to say anger, and maybe that's what I'm thinking of when I say like that realness, but there's a different emotion inside of her. And then as the track goes on and on, that's just released, especially with the backing vocals and the Gloria, you know, especially when we get into that whole rapture. I really like how she gets down. Like, she has a very, I keep on saying the same word, but her voice is just very real. She's just speaking her truth, putting out her feelings. In a way similar, I guess you could say, to Joni Mitchell, but not in a same delivery, not in that same manner, but the same effect, I would say. Let's get into the lyrics and a little bit of the information here. So first of all, I see that this particular track, and maybe the whole album, hold on. Yep, the whole album is actually produced by John Cale, so that's kind of cool. Let's see the lyrics. I love how the lines open. Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not for mine. That's a good, cold opener. Slap you in the face with some cold cuts. You got some bologna on your cheek. Melting in a pot of thieves, Wild card up my sleeve. Thick, heart of stone, my sins my own. They belong to me. I like that attitude of taking ownership. These sins are mine. It's part of what makes me me. People said beware, but I don't care. Their words are just rules and regulations to me, things to hold her back. I walk in a room, you know I look so proud. I move in this here atmosphere where anything's allowed. Then I go to this here party and I just get bored until I look out the window, see a sweet young thing, humping on a parking meter, leaning on the parking meter. Oh, she looks so good, she looks so fine, and I've got this crazy feeling that I'm going to make her mine. I like the attitude. That's like I'm loving her attitude already just through the lyrics. I got to this party and I just get bored. Like, how many of you, and I'm sure like most of us, have been to a party, gone over to someone's house, and there's a bunch of people there, but man, you're just bored. There's just nothing there for you, you know? So she has that kind of presence as well. And I also love the opening lines of that verse. I walk into a room, you know I look so proud. Why is she proud? I move in this here atmosphere where anything's allowed. Anything's especially allowed for her because her sins are her own. There's nothing to hold her back. Love that. Oh, I'll put my spell on her. Here she comes, walking down the street. Here she comes, coming through my door. Here she comes, crawling up my stair. Here she comes, waltzing through the hall in a pretty red dress. She looks so good. She looks so fine. I've got this crazy feeling that I'm going to make her mine. I love the progression there. I'm going to put my spell on her. She's walking down the street. Now she's walking up the stairs. Now she's walking through the door. I love that little progression there and the way that she delivers that. And once again, that confidence. Yeah. Then I hear this knocking on my door. I look up the big tower clock and say, oh my God, it's midnight. And my baby's walking through the door, laying on my couch. She whispers to me and I take the big plunge. Oh, she was so good. She was so fine. I'm going to tell the world that I just made her mine. Proud. Confidence. This is good. This is good. Tell me your name. Her name is Gloria. There you go. I was at the stadium. There were 20,000 girls called their names out to me. Marie, Ruth. But to tell you the truth, I didn't hear them. I didn't see them. Long story short, it looks like she's just thinking back to Gloria. That is really, really good. This is a great track. Loving the delivery and the way she writes her lyrics. Hey, let's go ahead and... Actually, hold on. Let's see if... Hold on. Before we move on into the next track, you know, for tomorrow, let's see if there's some information here we should know about when looking here. It says that, let's see, 2 songs on the album are adapted from rock standards. Gloria, a radical reimagining of the Them song, incorporating verses from Smith's own poem, Oath, and Land, already a live favorite. Okay, so I guess this is a cover in a sense, or an adaptation of a rock standard, Gloria, which I don't think I've heard. Can't say I have. So that's kind of cool how she took that and covered it in a sense, but also changed some of the words to fit her own feelings and what she was thinking of at the time. I do like that. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon for as little as $2 a month if you'd like to. You don't have to, but what you do have to do is like the video before you leave. If you've gotten this far, you see the little thumbs up, just pop that in there for me. Anyways, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye.